welcome back to a new episode of the Career Powerplay Podcast. I'm so excited because I'm going to get a Thai massage in a few hours. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it is amazing. You will not enjoy it while it's happening, but afterwards you will be like reborn. So it is amazing. I'm super excited. Cannot wait. Curious to know if you've used my advice from the last episode and got yourself a salary increase. For the topic of today's episode, I wanted to dive a little deeper into applications. I know I've gone through resumes a bit already, but there's more to an application than just a resume. So if you change your application to what I'm about to tell you, it will change the game for you. So welcome to the Career Powerplay Podcast, the career podcast where I give you no fluff, no BS, but real and tangible advice. So let's dive in.
Dare to dream, take action, don't have fear. Become the best version of you. Let's create your dream career.
As I also mentioned earlier, I own my own career coaching business, Fierce Careers, where I teach other women how to market themselves and landing career opportunities that they dream about. But I still work as a recruiter on the side. So basically I'm seeing two sides of this. But what I'm still seeing a lot is that applications that just don't say anything. Most of what I'm seeing is just poof, here you have my resume. Actually, don't even know what I'm applying to, or if it would even be a great match, but here you have it. So I want today to be a full-on, no fluff, no BS advice on how to blow recruiters away with an application and make them want to invite you instantly. So of course, number one is what we all know what an application needs is your resume. Because of course, without your resume, there's just not really an application. It's more like getting some information or anything. Makes no sense at all. So, your resume. So what you want to do with your resume, I see resumes all the time that are like 3, 4, 5 pages. That is way too much information, and it can never be information that is important for that role at that company. It can never be that information because you are probably having like your pizza delivery job somewhere on there, or your job in a supermarket, which doesn't make any sense for the job that you're applying for. So please make sure this is a resume tailored to a job that you're applying for, and not just a resume where you have like those weird jobs from when you were in school and you were just working on the side. It doesn't make any sense. So don't put the pizza delivery job on there if you are applying at a law firm, because they don't care. So you want to show recruiters that you are the one that was born for the position at that company. And how do you do that? So you want to analyze the vacancy. Look at everything that's important for the role and the skills that you possess. Put your achievements on those asked requirements on your resume. Make sure that's in your summary and in your work experience. Show them that you're not just number 18 in line, but show them that you have to be at number 1. So I've done an earlier episode about the resume, and I just want to highlight a few things for the resume. It's important if you apply in a non-English speaking country, it is important to have a photo, because we like to see a face to a piece of paper. Make sure that you have your personal information on there. So what I mean by your personal information is just your name, the location that you live, which only needs to be the city, not the full address, your phone number, your email address, and the link to your LinkedIn profile. That is all we need. So there's no need for a date of birth. There is no need for letting us know if you're married or not. There is no need to add if you have a driver's license, except if it's important for the job. So if it's important for the job, then definitely put that there. But if it's not, then take it off. Besides that, the summary should highlight the key things that you are going to put also in your cover letter, which I'm about to tell you a little bit more about. But your summary has to be like a summarized version of that cover letter. So it has to show your achievements. And in your summary, you want to tell them, just short and sweet who you are and what your biggest achievement is in the job that you're applying for, so that they know, if they read that, they know, oh my God, we need this person. That's what you want in your summary. And then in your work experience, you can dive a little bit deeper into that. So you can tell a little bit more about your achievements. And what I want to emphasize about your achievements is you want to quantify them. So put numbers in there. And if you want to know like the details on this, please go to my other episode on the resumes, because I'm telling you way more about it. But it can make all the difference in the world. Also, your education. If you've done courses, got certificates more recently than your main education, then put them on top, because you want to show the most recent on top. So make sure that that's on there as well. And those are the most important things on a resume. You can add some other components to your resume if you have the space. You want to try, though, to keep it on one page. If you cannot keep it on one page, 2 pages is also fine, but try to at least have the work experience on 1 page. If you have everything on 1 page and you still have some room left, then you can use those to add something else. What you could do, for example, is add a summarized testimonial from a former manager or colleague or somebody that you work with, to show on the resume how amazing you are. And what you can also do is create an extra section for skills that you have. If you're like in IT, for example, it's very important to show certain skills. If you don't name them in your work experience already, make sure that it's on your resume in a separate section in the skills area. So that's about it for the resume. Again, if you want to have more detail about how to do your resume, go to the other episode. And if you have any questions after that, just let me know, send me an email. All right, moving on to number 2, which are the cover letters. So what most applications these days are missing is a cover letter. And by that, I don't mean the please hire me brag cover letter, because that's not going to work. So I mean this is why we are perfect for each other cover letter. That's a whole new thing. So before writing the cover letter, dive deeper into the company's values. Those can be super important to write your cover letter, and those can also inspire you to write your cover letter. They should have stated that on their website, so it's totally searchable. In a cover letter, you want to use ADA, attention, interest, desire, action. Grab them in with the hook on why you are made to work for this company. This can be an emotional connection you have, but it can also be that you just feel super aligned with their values. Then in the interest part, you tell a little about yourself and your background. Keep that the smallest part. So what I see a lot in those please hire me brag cover letters is that the whole cover letter is basically about them, but it's not just about you, because it's about the two of you together. That is the key thing that a lot of cover letters are missing. So you're only talking about yourself, but all right, they don't care. They care about who you are as soon as they see why you would be perfect to work there. Then they want to know everything about you. But if they are not there yet, then they don't care. In the attention part, you want to drag them in. So why them? You want to start with why them. Then in the interest part, there's a small piece about yourself. That is why you. And then you are going to talk the most of the cover letter about why the two of you together. And that's what you do in the desire part. So after you're done with the interest part, you move on to the desire part. And in the interest part, you're just repeating key components from your resume. So the important things that they are that they are looking for, a certain type of experience, certain years of experience, maybe that's important to them, anything that's important to them for that role. You want to repeat that in the interest part. So then in the desire part, you are going to go all in. You want to pick 2 to 3 requirements from the vacancy and speak about your achievements in those skills. And how you want to do this is look at the vacancy, pick 2 to 3 requirements from the vacancy that you know that you're experienced at, that you are amazing at, and write them down. Then you want to think about, all right, how can I show that I own these skills? So think about achievements you have in those skills and think about the story behind it. Because there is nothing better than storytelling. And that is what will stay with them in their mind, the stories. So think about that moment that you were working on that achievement. Think about everything from beginning to end. So how did it start? Who were you with? What were you working on? What was the problem that needed to be solved? What was your part in that problem solving? And how did you do that? What was the action you took? And what was the result? And we're not done. After you know the result, think about what you learned. What would you do differently next time? Very important. So as soon as you have that information, you want to put it in your cover letter, make the requirements like a headline. Make the requirements a headline in bold, and then beneath that, you want to show in bullet points 2 to 3, not more than that. Otherwise, you're going to get out of space on the cover letter. In 2 to 3 bullet points, you are going to tell how you own that skill, how you own that requirement. Show them, tell them your achievement, tell them the story behind it, and quantify it. Make sure that there are numbers in that. And also what I want to emphasize is make sure that everything that's important that you just want them to definitely see, make it bold because it pops out right away. If you have a full-on letter and there are some certain things that are in bold, they will pop out. They will move to the front immediately. So that's an extra tip I want to give you. Then last but not least, add some additional spark. If you really want to wow them because this is your dream job, add something extra where you show that they just have to meet you. It can be anything from a slide deck to an infographic to a short video. What you put inside that, of course, completely depends on the role. If you're a designer, then you can create a slide deck with projects you've done and how you would approach their designs and why. So that part is super important. You don't just want to show them your work, but you want to show them how your work applies to their company. And that is also with all the recruiters I've ever spoken about this. It is what makes them run for you to the hiring manager, makes them want to work for you, to persuade the hiring manager. It just will help you so immensely with getting inside. So if this is an application you're sending out to your dream job, this is really your dream job, do this. Please do this. It makes all the difference in the world. Like I mentioned, it doesn't really have to be a full-on slide deck. It can also just be a short video. I know that companies and recruiters like video. So if you are okay with doing a video, I know that a lot of people are not. So if you're not comfortable, then don't do it because they will see that and you don't want to be uncomfortable. So if you're going to apply, you want to show the best version of yourself. If that is a video, then do that. I would do that. If it's not a video, but if it's something else, then do something else. Stay in your power. What you can do with a short video is basically repeat your cover letter, but then in a video. So you can really show off your passion, your enthusiasm, and that you just want this role and that is just made for you and that you are made for them. That's what you want to show in that video. So what you can also do is a short infographic. You can do a little research on the company, with the role in mind that you are going to apply for. What are problems that they need solving to? How would you approach that? Just make sure that you are keeping the two of you in mind while you are creating that. So that is super important. If you take away 3 things from this episode, I want you to remember that you make sure that your resume has the most important information for that role at that company and that everything else is deleted. Really, do that. I want you to remember to write your most epic cover letter of your entire life. Based on the fact, if you really, really want this job, create something extra that will show how amazing you are. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast so that you won't miss the next episode. And I can give you a little secret. Next episode, we're diving deep into the personal branding part. So much exciting stuff coming. Remember, power isn't given, babe. It's played. See you next week.